Here we're going to look at foiling when there's square roots, and they're just having us do this so that hopefully we pick up on some of the patterns. So here, remember, something squared means something times itself. So I definitely first always write it as something times itself. It's a lot harder to foil if you can't see your pieces, your first, outside, inside, last. So my first two is square root of x times square root of x, which is square root of x squared. I think the square root and the squared cancel, so just like square root of, say, 5 times square root of 5 would just be 5. If you have the square root of the exact same thing, they cancel, so just x. My outside term is square root of x times negative 2 square root of 2. So I have square root of 2x. They're both under a root, so I can combine them. Same thing on this one. Negative square root of 2x. And then last, negative times a negative makes it positive. And square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4. And square root of 4 is 2. So 2 squared is the same thing, cancel. And now notice these are like terms. It's saying I have negative one of these and another negative one of these. So I could call it negative 2 copies of the square root of 2x. And then that's as much simplifying as I can get done. All right, let's look at another one with an interesting pattern. So square root of x minus 3 square root of 2 and square root of x plus 3 square root of 2. So before they even point out this pattern, let's just FOIL and see what happens. So square root of x times square root of x first term is just x. My outside term, square root of x times 3 square root of 2, is positive because they're both positive. So 3 is my front number, and square root of x times square root of 2 is square root of 2x. And then on this one, it's a negative times a positive, so negative. The 3 is out front, and 2x is under the square root. And then last one, and be careful about all the parts to this. This is positive times a negative, so 3 times 3 is negative 9 is my front number. And square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, which is 2. Now see how this was multiplied by this? When you come down here, this is like 9 times square root of 4, or 9 times 2. Alright, then notice these two are the exact same term, but one's plus, one's minus, so they end up canceling off anyways. And I get x minus 18. What they're trying to show you here is that what's called the conjugate. These are the same, but one's plus and one's minus. They end up canceling all the square roots. It doesn't get rid of the thing completely, but notice when we FOIL, there's no square roots anymore.